Hi everybody. Today we're going to make crystal snowflakes. I know I showed you those on the Christmas tree we had before, so I just wanted to show you how to make them. We're actually going to grow our very own crystals using borax. It's like a laundry powder, laundry booster, and you can buy it usually at most grocery stores, Walmart, whatever. And just water and a little food coloring. This is what they look like. And they're sparkly pretty, and I put pretty ribbons on them and hang them on the tree. Alright, so to make them, what we're going to start out with is pipe cleaners. And I use white pipe cleaners. You can use other colors too, but if you've got colors underneath, sometimes it shows through on the crystals a little bit, and they make them look a little funny. I like mine to look a lot like snow, so I use white pipe cleaners, and that's just at the craft store or Walmart, depending on your store. And we just take a pair of scissors, and we take the pipe cleaners and cut them down. Now what we're using, what we do is, you're probably going to need to get an adult to help you with this, because you need a pair of scissors, probably some kitchen shears, because pipe cleaners have little wires inside, and they're pretty tough to cut. So you're probably going to need maybe an adult to help you with that, or one of the bigs. But you can take your kitchen shears and take your pipe cleaners and cut them. Now to make the legs of the snowflakes all have 6 points. They're all different as far as what the crystals are on them, but they all have 6 legs. So I like to take my pipe cleaners and cut them in half to make the legs. And you use 3 halves of pipe cleaner. And once you get those, what you'll do is you'll take them, and because they've got wire in the middle, and you can bend them and twist them around each other. So I like to take them and kind of bend them around a little bit and do a little twisting and get them in there pretty tight. And then I'll take my third one and put it in the middle and twist it around. So I've got 6 legs. Now what I also recommend, although you don't have to do this, is if you've got a pair of pliers around, you can use those and come in on the middle and just squish them. And you may need to get an adult to help you with that too, but if you can kind of squish it down a little bit and just flatten it and really get those wires in there tight, that'll help everything hold together a little bit better. Alright, and then what I like to do is take another pipe cleaner and we'll cut it in shorter pieces, about 1.5 inches long, and then we'll make little mini legs on the outside of the long legs. So we take that and we twisty twist around, and we take our pliers and squish it so it's good and tight, and we'll do that, bend them up just a little bit so they make like a little teepee on the ends. And we'll do that on the end of each one. We'll just stick it on there, just hold it down and twist, twist, twist. Alright, and then take the pliers and squish it down. Alright, and we'll do that on the end of every leg. And then what we'll do is we'll take a little piece of string, 7 or 8 inches long, and we'll tie it around one of the legs, and we'll make a little knot. And I like to tie mine just below, or just above one of the legs. So here's my knot here, just above one of my little legs. And I'll take my scissors and I'll keep one long end and one little short end, and I'll trim that real close so it doesn't have much of a leg on it. And so then I've got it on a long string. Alright, and then we get the bucket, And what we'll do is you could take a dowel rod, or if you can, a pencil. When Martha Stewart says to do it, she says to use glass jars, but I don't have any glass jars that are this big. This is a big jar. So I use a bucket, and I make a lot at once. But what you do is you tie the string to a dowel rod or a pencil or something that you can suspend over the top of the opening of your thing. Let me back up a little bit. I like to use my big blue bucket. And I make it so that I can set the dowel rod on top. But make sure that your snowflakes don't touch the sides and don't touch the bottom, and that you have enough of the solution to cover all the way to the top, so that it covers the top of the snowflakes. So you got to be able to get all the way on top of them. I don't know if you can really see that. But so you got to make sure that it kind of floats in there and doesn't touch the sides of the bottom. Alright, and then what we'll do, and you see how I've got it kind of, so it sets on top? Alright. And then what you need is you're going to need an adult to help you with this too. You'll use you use 3 tablespoons of borax. Now this is what borax looks like. Sometimes it's called 20 mule team. But I think every package I've ever seen looks just like this. It comes in kind of a cereal box size. It's in the laundry aisle with the detergents and stuff. And borax, B-O-R-A-X, borax. And it's just a laundry booster thing. Do not eat this. It's not good for you. Don't spill it and let your pets get in it either. It's not good for eating. It's poisonous, so don't be careful with it. But what you'll do is 3 tablespoons of borax to every 1 cup of boiling water. This is not boiling, I'm just using it as a demonstration, but you'll need an adult to help you get boiling water going. And then 1 drop of food coloring. I like to use blue because it makes it look a little more like ice and pretty. Alright, and then what you'll do is you'll take your borax and you'll put it in your big bucket, and you'll put your 1 little drop of food coloring in there per cup of boiling water. Now, to fill up the bucket, I usually end up having to use this same little recipe, about 10 of them. So 10 cups of boiling water, 30 tablespoons of borax, and 10 drops of food coloring to make it come out right. So you may need to get a little help with the math to try to figure out how much you need to cover, because it takes a lot. But if you're making little snowflakes and you're making if you're making little snowflakes and you're making it in little jars, then maybe you don't need quite as much. But just to make sure that it covers. And then you'll let it sit overnight. Don't mess with it. Just make sure that it doesn't touch the sides of the bucket, and make sure it doesn't touch the bottom, and you have enough of liquid to cover the top. As the water cools down, a chemical reaction happens inside, and the crystals start growing on your snowflakes. And as they dangle in the bucket, they'll get these crystals growing on your little legs that you made. And they just come out so pretty. And let them, when you empty out the solution, let them dry. Give them a few more hours to dry out, and then you can hang them on your tree. Have fun!